Walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe, trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight.
Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. We're here for Transfer Talk again. And boy, have we got quite a bit to talk about. I'm in a good mood. I just watched our goal. Yes, we lost, but it was a good game. It was a good game to watch. Also, while I was watching it, I worked out how to get my chair proper comfy. So comfort is now, you know, there's like tier 1 comfort for me right now. Loving it. Absolutely loving it. Let me know how you guys are doing in the comments. As always, love to interact with you whilst we do this, because there's so much crap out there. There's so much crap, and we try to bring the stuff that we believe. So the stuff that I believe or we believe, we'll bring to you. The stuff that, you know, is purely crap, we try not to bring that to you. Sometimes we will bring something and we'll find out that, yeah, it's complete garbage, and we'll correct the record per se. We're about to do that today because we found out that one of the things we reported, which was widely reported in the media, mind you, was complete baloney, complete crap. Well, not complete crap, but way overhyped than it is. So we'll bring that to you. DC says, where do you get this info from? Nothing about Grealish. Agreeing deal for me. Well, I had dinner with Pep last night, and he told me all the information I need to know. I'm joking. I'll get to where we got this information from. Manchester Evening News, I think, is where we got that one. But there's a lot. There's a lot from all over the place for Grealish. Zachary says, sorry about Plymouth now, but hey, it's pre-season. I'm fine. I thought we played really well against a championship side that Neil Warnock is such a good manager. He's going to have them really fighting this season. I saw a lot I was really happy about. I mean, mind you, our defence has been shaky as fuck last year. We'd actually look quite defensively all right. Yeah, we gave them a fair few good chances, but, you know, that it's to be expected. But, yeah, as you say, it's only pre-season. But, hey, I'm in a good mood about it. I thought there was a lot of positives from tonight's game, and a lot of positives will carry on to Sky Bet League One. Now, I'll try to send you a vid now on Insta. Nice, thank you. Bayern Munich director... yeah, not quite. But what have we got here? Fred and McTominay, what a dynamic duo. Oh, it's amazing, isn't it? Neil Warnock is a great manager and a great man. Yeah, managed Argyle. I mean, he's such. Do you know there's a video going around? So he played Salt Ash. I think it was Tuesday, and or Monday, one day or two, and. This girl asked for a picture, and he's wearing like a little man bag. He's walking around the ground with like a little man bag attached to him. He just goes into his bag and picks up like a little picture of himself that's signed. I was watching that. I was like, that's just standard Warnock. Like, fucking brilliant. Love Warnock. He's such a funny guy. Disco Mirror, says Kenny. Yeah, he had his own picture, didn't he? It was brilliant. Like, if you haven't seen it, try and find the video. It's absolutely brilliant. Some of the shit he comes out with, like, if you're ever depressed, watch a Neil Warnock interview. It will make you laugh for hours. I've had the he comes down to Argyle often. He's played us a fair few times. I've actually had the pleasure to actually speak to him for about 30 seconds to a minute. Funniest guy you'll ever meet. He's brilliant. Warnock is a national treasure. He is. He absolutely is. Dylan, how are your Cocoa Pops? Oh yeah, Dylan, you were slightly drunk last night, weren't you? The vodka hit you hard. But let's get into the show. So what are we talking about? We're going to be talking about Paul Pogba, and we're talking about PSG. Strong links suggesting that Paul is ready to sign a deal now. We're talking Harry Wilson. He has agreed a deal to go to Fulham. That deal should be announced in the near future, within the next couple of days or tomorrow. It's meant to be done today, but I didn't see anywhere that it had been done, but it will be done very soon. We're talking Neves and Goretzka. The links are overhyped, according to an from Manchester United. Liverpool, they want Franck Kessie from AC Milan. So we're going to be talking about that. And of course, as DC alluded to, we're talking Jack Grealish and all the information that we have with that. Let's start with Pogba. Let's start in the order that we mean to go on. But before we do that, let's go to some comments. Warnock for Prime Minister. I would be all up for that. That when he wants to retire from football, if Warnock wants to become Prime Minister, I'm fully behind that. Fully behind that. Do you want to know how amazing Prime Minister's questions will be with that man? It'd be incredible. Find me, Dylan. They were nice, thanks. I've recovered now. It's always good when you recover. It's always good. I'll time you out for online bullying. Love it. Mustafa, go kiss boys like you always do. Okay. Pogba rumors are fake. Not quite. Because Disco Mirror. Yeah, Kenny, that normally works for a lot of people. It ain't going to work with me. I will just double check where I got this. You sent... No, hold on. I've got a list right on Twitter. It's under journalists. Where do I see this information? Santi. Just trying to find it now. It was quite high up on here. Where is it? Yeah, so you got the United Journal. You've got United District also looking at it. Yeah, so a few big United accounts have tweeted out. So yeah, just double checking that because you know what Kenny's like. You know what Kenny's like. Kenny will support PSG if Pogba leaves. Do you remember when Neil Warnock said we should leave the EU with a Visit Thailand sponsor in the background of Cardiff? Look, I may not agree with Warnock on so many things, but he is brilliant. Who are they quoting? Santi JFM. So you lot ask me so many questions. I'm never prepared. I normally am, but not today. Who is it? Right, so it is, I'm guessing, a journalist in France. Santi Ona. That's who they're quoting. On 21.3 followers on Twitter. So, you know, we'll see where this goes. But there's clearly obviously talks. If Pogba isn't going to sign a new contract, then obviously you're going to want money for him, and obviously you're going to try and sell him. If you can get to an agreement with the sort of the 1 year left, maybe 50 mil like Real Madrid are doing to for Varane, then of course you'll look at it, wouldn't you? Grealish is so sexy though. 99% straight Grealish, 1%. Love it. Big up now, bro. What streams do we have planned for the summer? Well, believe it or not, club shows are back next week. So we've got all the club shows. Then we're pretty much near the start of the season. We're going to do lots of watch-alongs next season. But let me know. Let me know in the comments. Because at the end of the day, we do this for you guys. The channel was set up for you guys. Never really for me. But let me know what sort of content you want to see us do, because at the end of the day, it's you guys that watch it. So I don't really want to do content if you're not enjoying the content that we're going to do. So let me know what you guys are thinking, and we'll get to it. That Grealish Villa will be in a relegation battle. Are you going to do sweepstakes? Kenny, you're going to need to really talk me through it. Really talk me through it. So really don't know what you're on about. I haven't got a clue. Not a clue. You have Harvey Elliott. Yeah, I'm sure you don't. Well, you do have Harvey Elliott, but he's just not ready. But let's talk Pogba. Let's talk about the information that we've got so far. PSG are in direct contact with Mino Raiola since some weeks for Paul Pogba. He's ready to accept PSG's contract proposal. He would accept it if or when PSG and Man U reaches an agreement. He wants PSG, but he'll be respectful to Man United. Now, the thing with this is it's very similar to Raphael Varane. He wants to go. His head has probably been turned in terms of sort of moving to PSG. But he's going to be respectful. And I think that just shows the character of Paul Pogba and the relationship he has with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Look, I think if things had gone better and you didn't let him get to his last year of his contract, maybe Paul signed a new contract. Maybe if these signings were made last year and you put more of a fight for the league title, you went further into the Champions League, you didn't go into the Europa League. Maybe if you had done these sorts of things last year instead of this year, maybe Paul signs this new deal. Maybe. Because at the end of the day, Paul wants to win. And you can hardly blame him for wanting to win. A man like Paul Pogba should be walking away with so many medals that it's unbelievable. This is true. Very similar to what I've said about David De Gea, in terms of he should walk away with a lot of medals, a lot more medals than he does right now. And I think that's the issue. I think the issue is you look at Paul Pogba and is he really going to win what he wants? And that is the difficulty. Now, I'm not saying that Paul Pogba is going to go to PSG. I'm just merely reporting what's out there. We're merely talking about it. But it would not surprise me if Paul does want to go to PSG. Look at the two clubs, right? Look at the two clubs. So which club out of PSG and Manchester United do you think have the better chance to win the Champions League? I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. It's going to be PSG. It's going to be PSG. Hey, be nice, you lot. Lol, I got timed out for saying fight me. Well, I don't know. What was it that you were timed? I don't know. You lot just seem to argue with each other all the time. It's actually quite amusing. Okay, Kenny. That's sound. Yeah, no, you lot just seem to argue. Just be nice to each other. Just try to be nice. I saw that horrible language. That's a lie. I saw that horrible language. Right. Everyone just relax and chill. Very happy with the performance tonight. Bit sloppy in some parts of the game, but being back in the stadium was great, says Liam. 100%. It was a good match. I was watching it on Argyle TV. He was homophobic. It makes me sick. Well, Mustafa, obviously you can't say shit like that. So come on, man. You know what you can and cannot get away with. So yes, try not to, well, not try. Don't do it. Don't do that. If you didn't, then, you know, bad admins or moderators. Big up to Crikey. I'm going to just call you Backup because I'm not even going to try and pronounce that last name, the first name. Yes, Liam, good result for Argyle considering the opposition. Pogba wins titles at PSG. How did Argyle do against Borough? Did really well. Very good defensively. Check into the Argyle show next Wednesday, 8 p.m. for a bit more of a thorough breakdown. But back to Pogba. back to Pogba, and I really do believe that he has a better chance of winning the Champions League with PSG. Now, someone can quote me or not quote me, but help me. And has Paul Pogba ever won a Champions League? Has Paul Pogba ever won a Champions League? Maybe with, maybe with Juventus he did, but anyways, he needs to win trophies. For his legacy, he needs to win trophies. He has really good chance of winning a Champions League at PSG. As Velvishwan says, Pogba has no Champions League. A man like Paul Pogba should at least have one Champions League. Should have at least one Champions League. And I think for him, his better chance is doing it at PSG. I don't think United are there yet. I think United could get there if they continue this trajectory. If this summer isn't just a one-off and they do this more regularly, I can definitely see this as something that could happen in the future. United winning another Champions League. But you have to show commitment year in, year out to do these sorts of deals. To do the deals of getting a Varane type player, getting a Jadon Sancho. And you also have to put the pressure on Ollie now. If you do want to be a successful winning club, Ollie has to win a trophy. And he probably, if you get Sancho and Varane, you've got Sancho, but if you get Varane on top, then I'm sorry, but you have to go out and win an FA Cup or a League Cup. You just have to. Because if you don't, for me, that's failure. Because the team you've got is good enough to win an FA Cup or a League Cup. I'm not saying Ollie has to win a Champions League or a league title. He has to be competitive in both, I think. But he has to win an FA Cup or a League Cup to show some sort of progression. Because unless he does that, I don't see how he can stay in his job. I think progression is much more needed now than it ever has been with Manchester United. But we'll talk more about that in the United show next Friday. Best chance in years for United to win the Champions League. You're not close. You're not ready to win the Champions League. Maybe if you get ridiculously lucky with your group, your last 16 and your quarterfinals, maybe you could shithouse your way through. I think this is not your best chance. I think it is very naive of people to say best chance in years to win a Champions League. I think that is incredibly naive. For you to do that, you have to sort out that midfield. You have to bring in a world-class DM. You have to. I think everything else is pretty okay. Cavani and all of that. Cavani and Greenwood, Sancho, Rashford, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, Wan-Bissaka, whoever your goalkeeper is. I think if you do all of that, I think it is a really good opportunity. But do I see you doing that? We'll have to wait and see. But it can't just be a Camavinga. It cannot, for you to win a Champions League, it cannot be just a Camavinga. It has to be a world-class, experienced DM. What you need is someone in their prime. You need someone 25, 26 or older, below 30. So really in their prime, because the DM role is such a difficult and sort of high-pressured role as it is, especially when you're playing teams like Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, PSG, them types of very experienced, very good sides. You have to have someone of experience. So you can't just say a Camavinga or a Neves. Has to be someone with experience, in my opinion. Liam said, read out a comment. And the Borough fans are freaking melts, to be honest. We forgot you were here when they did that for a second goal as well. Melts. Love it, Liam. Love it. Pogba could go to France. That's true. Pogba is a poor United side for years. Yeah, look, United have never really backed Pogba, have they? They've never really given Pogba the opportunity to be successful at Manchester United. And that's not Pogba's fault. That is the fault of the United board for not backing managers. As simple as that. Maybe not backing managers, but not getting the right players. really not listening to managers. Jose never wanted Fred. He was just given Fred. United never really. They spent money. Of course, they've spent money. They've never invested that money in wisely enough. Maybe, and that is credit to Ollie for what we're seeing now, which is United really heavily investing well. I mean, Sancho is a very good buy. Yes, it was meant to be done last year, but it's a very good buy. If you get Varane, that is another excellent buy. So I think it is credit to Ollie. You look at the players. Has he really bought a flop? Has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer necessarily bought a flop? And I can't say he has. I mean, Wan-Bissaka is brilliant at right back defensively, just needs work going forward. Maguire is a machine. That was overspent, but that's not Ollie's fault. Bruno is insane. Cavani was a very good buy. Diallo's got brilliant sort of potential for the future. Palestri's also good for the future. So I can't necessarily... Donny, but was Donny Ollie signing? That is another question that has been said multiple times. So it's very different. Very, very difficult. United must win a trophy next season. I would love to be on the United show next Friday. Absolutely, Jay. Absolutely. We'll definitely get you on to that one. Hosted by your man, RJ. Yeah. I hear that. There's so many comments. Varane and Sancho will help United win trophies. 100%. Of course they would. Man, you are my favourites for a Prem, but not... Wow. What? That is huge. That is mad predictions. That is a mad predictions. Wow. That is insane for a team that and look, I'm not going to disrespect Ollie, but he's not Pep or Klopp. That is mad expectations, mad sort of. That is mad. What about Declan Rice? Is he world class enough? Is he of that ilk to be ready yet in the Champions League against a Bayern Munich or a PSG? I don't know. He may be, but still very risky. When I say a world-class DM, I mean a Kante or, someone of that age, of 26 to 30, in their prime, excellent at what they do, brilliant at progressing the ball forward, brilliant at picking passes, brilliant at sort of guarding the defence. There's so many things you need in that DM. I don't know if Rice is ready. Look, ready for the Premier League. Champions League is a different level of beast, isn't it? Just because they conceded to us and they think it's bad, they need to get a grip. We deserve to go. Yeah, look, it was a good game. Dylan says, I actually love Pogba, but Pogba FC make me rage when he goes. They can go with him. They support players over a club. It's not just Pogba FC. You've got Martial FC. You've got Bruno FC. You've got fucking all different FCs. And it is strange. I'm allowed to be Greenwood FC because I don't support your club. I just support that individual player. Why is there a pirate ship on the Argyle badge? It's not a pirate ship. It's a picture of the Mayflower. Maybe we'll get into that on the Argyle show. It's very complicated to explain right now. City points deduction, Chelsea 0 signings, Liverpool sending Hendo Salah, with Defo win it. Well, yeah, but for all of them things that happen, you also need magic. I don't think they'll win the Prem or UCL. Who get a League Cup if they take a series, or an FA Cup, They could get an FA Cup. I honestly firmly believe that. And I think it would be better to get the FA Cup and League Cup because the FA Cup is a bit more respected. No one really respects the League Cup. Shame though. Okay, it could be a really good competition. Only City really respect the League Cup. I don't expect United to win the Prem next season. It will be difficult. Of course, it'll be very difficult. Very difficult. But that's all on Pogba. Will he go? Will he stay? Still not really concrete. If he stays, he's signing a new contract. If he's going, he's obviously not signing that new contract. I like to think Plymouth has a pirate ship because they sound like pirates there. Love it, love it. But let's move on. Let's briefly, we don't need to really talk about this often, talk about this for long. Obviously, Harry Wilson is set to become a Fulham player. Harry Wilson will be announced as a Fulham player today in a €12 million deal, obviously £10 million. It now seems Fulham have won the race for Wilson's signature, with the player himself sitting out of Liverpool's 1-0 pre-season win over Mainz on Friday evening. Wilson remains at the club's Austrian training camp, but now appears to be on the brink of a move to Marco Silva's side. The extent of the potential move isn't clear at this stage, although reports elsewhere have indicated that Fulham could well be about to pay £10 million as part of a permanent move. However, sources have suggested to Wales Online that the deal could actually be a loan with an option to buy. The deal for me, we're not going to talk about this for long. As I rate Wilson, but I mean, this is just a youngster really leaving. The sort of the deal for this is important for Liverpool. So if the deal is £10 million, that's £10 million into your transfer sort of kitty, or 8 million, however much they put in. If it's an option, a loan with an option to buy, then you get no money. Therefore, you can't use that money to strengthen. So there's so many differences regarding this move. I think Liverpool need to get outgoings, that you need to generate some money. Now, if you think about this logically, you sell Origi, you sell Shaqiri, you sell Wilson, Phillips, maybe even Naby Keita, to be brutally honest with you. How much does that generate you? Probably 80 to 90 million. You can get 2-3 good players for that, especially if you look abroad and avoid all English players. So I do think there is an element of Liverpool need to accept a permanent transfer for this. They can't really accept a loan with an option to buy, because you don't get money for that. You may get the 2-3 million loan fee or whatever has been agreed with the two clubs, but you don't get the upfront money. You don't get that real income. And I think you really need to generate more money. You really need to generate more money. 27 million sold. And that will help, but you need more. You need more than that, because you need more. You need more transfers. You need more players in. I firmly believe that. Big up now, says Chris. What trophy did you win? Won a Champions League. Villa have won a Champions League. I think check out, we did something. It was really good, actually, based on sort of what Sky did. On a late show, we actually calculated everyone's positions. So we did, like, the Premier League and the Champions League got 5 points. The FA Cup got like 4-3. Europa League got 4. League Cup got like 2. And we added up what everyone had bought, like what everyone had won. And I think Villa domestically came just behind Chelsea, and I think they were 5th. I think they were 5th or 6th. And they had only just been overtaken by Chelsea that year. So, yeah, check it out. It was a really good stream, actually. Really good stream. But I would recommend you check it out. Villa have been insanely good, sort of historically. Domestically, they were 4th, overall 6th. And that's what I mean. Villa have definitely done amazing. By Grealish and Wilson won't be missed. It's an analogy. Seeing your annoying neighbours every time you go outside with someone, seeing them too pre-season. I'm glad to see the back of them. For me, I don't think Wilson was given a fair enough crack of the whip, but I do hear what he's saying. Do hear that. Villa have. Well, that's not true. That's not true, DC. That's not true. But let's move, because I want to really talk about this, and we're not really gonna delve into it too much, because we reported or spoke about a couple of days ago. It might have been yesterday or the day before. We haven't spoken about Goretzka. It has been out there. I've just been ignoring it, to be brutally honest, because let's be real, I didn't believe it. And it was a deal for next summer. I was like, well, we can handle that next summer. I'm sure United being United will drag it out enough so we can make contact next summer on this one. But apparently, according to an in United, who has got a lot of things correct over recent months, I've been following him anyway. has said, everyone keeps asking me about Leon Goretzka. It's been being massively overhyped, unfortunately, by Christian Falk, that is, who is doing favours for many German players and agents. Jan Arg steals much of his information from Christian Falk. Fabrizio is a friend of Christian Falk, so don't expect him to come out and deny it. These links are about as genuine as Harry Winks and Ruben Neves links. We have scouted them all and we are keeping our options open. Before we would make a move for any of them, we would need to know for sure that the Camavinga deal is impossible along with the Declan Rice deal. They are. So this was in terms of this was in terms of a question that was asked is there no chance of these deals? He said there are. They're just massively overhyped. Nowhere near as interested as some of the media makes us out to be. So I think it's really important to talk about this in terms of sometimes you'll read something from Christian Falk or Jan Arg, less so Fabrizio. They could be doing a favour for another for a player or an agent or a club. So we do need to, and I need to as well. We need to be wary of what we're saying when we're talking about them, because as we've seen here, Leon Goretzka, that is being massively overhyped, unfortunately, because Christian Falk is doing favour for German players and agents. Now, the minute you chuck in United or someone of that ilk in terms of sort of size and popularity and reputation, you're obviously going to drive people to talk about that player. So really, really difficult to see. At the moment, it does seem that Goretzka Neves won't be going to United unless Manchester United find out the Camavinga deal is impossible, along with the Declan Rice. So Declan Rice and the Camavinga deal needs to be dead in terms of not able to happen for United to look at Goretzka or Ruben Neves. So yeah, and look, when Harry Winks was sort of linked with United, that was complete bullshit. More bullshit than anything. Some comments here. No spam, please, guys, or you'll be timed out. Absolutely. Also named Championship level. He deserves to play in the Prem. He does. I rate him. I do. Bournemouth fans said Harry Wilson wasn't great for them. That was also 2 years ago, Chris. Come on. What? So because 2 years ago he wasn't ready means he's not ready now. That's an absurd way of looking at it. Believe it or not, Mason Greenwood wasn't ready 2 years ago. Does that mean that he's not ready now? Very, very interesting way of putting it, I suppose. We will Sancho. Oh, right. Kenny's doing rock music now. No. So everyone's just arguing in the chat. I'm trying to find good comments to bring up, but half the time you're just arguing with each other. Jay says, I think Goretzka actually wants to join United. I think he just wants a new... I don't think Goretzka actually wants to join Man United. I think he just wants a new contract to Bayern. I think it's more of a new contract on improved terms. I think he wants a bit of both. Big up Russ. Great quiz last week. It was brilliant. Loved every bit of it. Mustafa, you have done James, so you should not chat. Goretzka is world class. He will not leave. This is a good comment. Thank you, Dylan. We do love a good comment every now and again. Goretzka is shit anyway. Oh, well, Kenny, you're just a bit wrong, mate. You're just a bit wrong. But at the moment, as it stands, to summarise on this, Goretzka Neves not joining United unless Camavinga or Declan Rice, both deals are dead. So unless both deals of them are dead, done. Scoring free kick versus Man City, that's all he'd done in the Premier League. Wow, let's give him a medal. Did nothing after that. Well, Chris, how many times? He was, what, 22 or 21? He might not have been ready then. He might not have. Also, last season he was at a championship. Played for Bournemouth. When did he play Bournemouth? They got relegated. So what? 2 years ago, last time he was in the Prem. We you know, you got to give you got to give him more opportunities than that. You really do. Now, do you think United will stay in the UCL? Yeah, it should do. 100% should do. Hopefully, we'll have some more quizzes on this channel. Yeah, 100%. It went down really well. A lot of people really, really like the quiz. So, yeah, we'll definitely be doing more of that, 100%. Comments are a little shaky today. The section is moving like there's 500 people in here. It's lovely. I love to see an active chat. It's brilliant. But half the time you do have to just... I just try to pick out the comments where you're just not arguing with each other. Not you, obviously, Zachary. You tend not to argue with people. Did you see Chelsea's first official bid for Haaland is imminent? Don't know if you've already spoken about. I have not seen that at all. Kenny, you're slacking. What team do you support? I support Plymouth Argyle. Still standing by my opinion, championship level. And that's fine by you. I disagree, but, you know, that's what football's about. Now, do you think Liverpool will be a lot stronger now? Key players back. I think they'll definitely be stronger. It depends on, I suppose, a lot of things. Form, how they perform. Because, and to be fair, I think not a lot of was made about this because he got injured pretty much straight after. Van Dijk had a horrible season. The start of the season, Van Dijk, it was shocking. It was shocking. It was shocking. It really was. So it really depends on their form. It really does depend on their form. Why would Haaland downgrade to Chelsea? Can I buy Doncaster? Crack on. Was going to send it to you, but Dortmund will reject it. It's 135 mil. Yeah, but that's big news. We should be talking about that. Right. What age was he? What age was he? What age was he when he got those stats? That's the interesting bit. An option is now the quizzes could be a regular thing, like once or twice a week, one in midweek. Crikey, you're asking. Russ is one that did the quiz. I mean, I could probably do a quiz as well. You're asking for a lot there. What? I was thinking maybe one a month. Fucking 2 a week. You're trying to kill us. You're trying to kill. I don't know how long Ross spent to prep that. He had like 3 pages. He had like 3 pages of questions, 3 or 4 pages. So I dread to think how long that took him. It would be mad. That would be mad preparation work. Wilson was 23 one at the time. Yeah, too young to even judge. Now, what's your boys' formation for the next season? 3-5-2. 3-5-2. Wilson is 24. He's not a youngster anymore. Well, I agree, but the stats and the time we're talking about was when he was a youngster. Therefore, basing it all off what a youngster's doing, in my opinion, is a little harsh. Kenny, they said 150. That's mad. 3 pages. How about a quiz AM and PM daily? No, definitely not. It won't happen. Got a bit of a breeze in my room now. Like it. Might actually have to shut the window for first. Actually, definitely not. It's actually getting quite nice weather, but there's a bit of a breeze. Crikey. Who do you think get relegated? I will do a prediction stream probably a week before. No, does Plymouth actually have a chance to get promoted, or was that a fan's optimism by you? I think we definitely do. Got a strong back 5. Good going forward. Good midfield. Yeah, I'd say we got a chance. Not daily, especially maybe every 3 weeks, because Russ did spend quite a bit of time on it. Yeah. I think probably. I think once a month. I think once a month for all these other streams. So for like transfer talks and the club shows, they take like maybe an hour to prep. once you include the thumbnail. The quiz is going to take a lot longer. You find all these different questions and all of that. So I think in terms of it, once a month seems like a good shout. I did a good 2-3 hours in total looking up all the facts and figures and writing the questions. Yeah, 100%. So yeah, once a month I think is a good shout. Now, which keepers do you rate currently in the Prem? Well, Edison, Allison. Play them too. Nick Pope is quite good as well. Emi Martinez, another good one. How was Plymouth's pre-season now? Talk about it in the Argyle show, but it was good. But I do want to move on to Franck Kessie. I've just realised how long we're sort of speaking about. So Liverpool want AC Milan midfielder Franck Kessie. There's still uncertainty over his contract talks and demands for AC Milan, who are currently stalled with just 1 year left on his contract, with Liverpool eyeing a move. That is according to the Gazzetta Italy, Gazzetta Italy. So 1 year left on his deal. He's going to probably go for cheap. So many clubs have let their players go down to 1 year deals. What is it? Why have so many? How many? But right, so you got Pogba, Varane, fucking Goretzka. Like, how many big clubs do want to allow their players to run themselves down to a 1 year deal? How many? Mad. It is mad. It is so stupid. So stupid. But how many do you want to let run down their contract? Fuck me. Emi Martinez, best keeper in the Prem. Do you rate? Like, Dubravka's good. So is his understudy. Who was it? Whoever played in nets for Newcastle last season as well. There's two of them. Both are really fucking good. Guess he is a baller, but we won't get him because he is AC Milan's important player. Well, if he's got 1 year left on his deal, there's definitely room to get that done. Rashi should throw in some non-stat based questions next time. Players' favourite things such as fun facts. That's a good shout. That's a good shout, Zachary. Carl Darlow. That's one. Carl Darlow. Carl Darlow. Darlow. Yes. I wouldn't mind Kessie, but we need an attacking midfielder to replace Wijnaldum. Well, Wijnaldum wasn't really an attacking midfielder because his stats and his goal success rate was shocking. So really anyone will do in terms of that. 39 away from 400. Let's get there, people. Smash that sub button if you haven't already. Like the streams, and you can even come on the links if you want. A link in chat soon for this one. Once Niall is ready, yep, the link will be going in just a second. In just a second. Just after we've spoken about last bit, which is Jack Grealish. So about this, there's so much information. Let's break it down. So let's start with Football Insider. So different sources are saying different things, as you would expect. So Football Insider claims City have offered Grealish a huge deal, which the Villa man has accepted. They say City will offer 90 million for Grealish and that any deal is still far from completion, but the agreeing of terms is a significant hurdle to overcome. Aston Villa could accept the British record fee. With Euro 2020 now in the past, talks for Grealish are likely to be a talking point in the near future. And Eurosport are reporting that Villa are open to accepting a British record fee of 90 million for their skipper. Grealish is currently on holiday after playing in Euro 2020 final, but it is believed the deal could be done while he is away, with competition happening once he returns. Villa are still confident Grealish will extend a contract. According to famed journalist Fabrizio Romano, Aston Villa will try to extend Grealish's contract as they look to fend off any wider interest from Manchester City. However, Romano did confirm that talks with Villa and Grealish's representatives were not at an advanced stage, and both parties will talk again once Grealish is finished with England at Euro 2020, which potentially could be as late as the 11th of July if England reach final, which of course they did. Speaking on the Here We Go podcast, Romano maintained that neither Manchester City or Villa were any closer getting what they want. The Grealish won't make any decisions until he's finished with England. Well, welcome. We die, you scum. Wow. Someone's a bit angry today, aren't you, buddy? Go get yourself a hot cup of milk. Go to bed. Have a little sleep. Try and wake up on the right side of bed tomorrow. Can you try that? Go on. Do try that. Worst case scenario, go suck on your mama's breast and go get some of that milk. You fucking prick. Did I say that out loud? I did. Did try to mix it up with questions like father-son duo and the pundit quotes. You did, to which I got neither. Genie attacking. Yeah, no, he wasn't. Will Jack play every week at City? He'd definitely play a whole lot of minutes, wouldn't he? Play a lot. He'd definitely play a lot. Johnny yesterday on Floor's channel compared Mount to Scholes. Wow. Not even getting there. On the case now, he's banned. Thank you, Kenny. You all Valve if you step up the game last year's. Gareth's mother wasn't producing enough milk. Yeah. Clearly he was a bit unhappy. What's more realistic, Man City, Grealish or Kane? Grealish. Much easier to do. Much easier to do. I did. Oh, did I not? I'm trying to find. Oh, Johnny got a number 9 Haaland Chelsea shirt. Oh wow! If it doesn't happen, he's in the mud. He's the one who had to go at Andrew, didn't he? Fucking prick. I hear William to Man City. Not a chance. Not a chance. Yeah, agreed. Grealish. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the link. Got about 15 minutes left of the show. I'm going to put a link in the chat for any of you lot to come on and have your say. DC is saying, I'm DM Grealish on Insta and tell him to stay. Yeah, I mean, I'm 100% sure that DC from Ireland is going to be the one to convince Jack Grealish not to go to Manchester City. 100%. 100%. Mr. Potter saying, haha, it was joke. I know it was a joke. I know. I'm not a complete moron. But before I bring in the two that are already in the back, we're going through Pogba, PSG, Wilson, Fulham, Neves, Goretzka links, unreliable and overhyped. Kessie to Liverpool and Grealish to Manchester City. Those are things. Why have I said breaking news again? It is transfer talk. There is no breaking news. DC, that won't work. I tried to convince Pyatt to stay. Ah, yes. I see. So we've got Aaron and we've got Kenny. Oh, crikey. Why is it on there? There we go. That's better. That was weird. I hate seeing it's really annoying when it's only me in here. Because my face is so close. My screen's like a 19-inch widescreen. So I've got a full image in my face. I'm like, fuck me. You can see my chin going like boom, 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 boom. Absolutely disgraceful. It is disgraceful. But Aaron, how are we doing? Obviously, Brucey Ball didn't quite work out today, or how I wanted to anyway. It's okay. Me and Charlie are getting the rope, and we'll chuck it into you to fish you out of that mud again.
Yeah, I know that. I think, look, on paper, in terms of the scoreline, we lost. But in terms of the actual game, even Newcastle fans came up to me today that recognised me and said, "We admit that you played better than us, and you should have got at least a draw from it." So I'm not too mad about this, to be honest.
Yeah, but you know why me and Charlie are coming.
Oh yeah, because I said we were going to beat Newcastle, but like I said, Newcastle fans said they thought you should have got.
You did say you were. I'm pretty sure you said you were going to smash them, but we won't dig into.
I mean, Omar Bogle scored against Newcastle, so it does prove our shit.
Yeah, it wasn't. I did see him on the score sheet, and I was like, "Fuck me, Newcastle! You really have let yourselves down there." On the other hand, Argyle did all right. 2-1 loss to Middlesbrough. It was decent. I enjoyed it. Argyle have actually sorted it, so we're obviously not doing iFollow streaming anymore. We're doing our own streaming called Argyle TV. Fucking brilliant, mate. We had We had like a pre-match show, halftime show, like fucking brilliant. It's better than
I'm not
Sky
gonna lie
Sports.
to you. I think there's potential. I think one of our media team on Twitter sort of hinted to us that maybe in the future we're going to do something similar, like a DRTV, which is quite nice.
Well, you know, just everyone needs to remember that in our league, our goal was the first to do it, but we don't want to brag. It was better than Sky Sports. Niall in Ultra HD, big up. I'm not sure that's ready for anyone. I definitely don't think Sky would like me. Firstly, I'm far too opinionated. And secondly, I'm definitely chucking the swear word out every other line. But it's why I like YouTube, because I can fucking swear. Aaron has that voice for sports news, defo. He definitely does. Imagine a commentary of Aaron and myself. There's me just going, fuck me, Pogba's like, missed the ball again. And Aaron would be like, yes, apologies for the language. I'm sure you all appreciate that it is a football game or something like that. Guys, Kenny is known for Mr. Balloon Nipples.
Fuck off. This is your fault, pal. This is your fault.
So moving, absolutely not. That is not something I wish to see ever. So I want to go to Kenny. Keep your t-shirt on. I will remove you.
He's gonna remove you.
No. That's what I thought. Try to be somewhat serious, Kenny. I know it's very difficult for you, but at least try. So, Aaron, what do you want to talk about? So, we've got Pogba, Harry Wilson, Goretzka, Neves, Kessie, Grealish. What do you want to talk about?
Well, first, can I just give a shout out to Kendall?
You may.
It was nice seeing you at the game today. Fan cam coming up this evening from her. And to my boys, keep your heads up. Result didn't matter. We played well. We outplayed them. Just the result we didn't get. So good luck to my boys for the rest of this pre-season. Trust me. Newcastle fans have been saying that if you play this way against League One teams, you'll go up. And I never expected to
Mate. They don't know League One, so ignore.
Yeah,
they barely know the Prem. But for advertising wise, that's now £100. How would you like to pay, cash or check?
I'm going to go with the middle of fairy tale land payment.
That works.
500 fancy dosh.
I'll take Monopoly money. But no. Carry on with what you're saying. Carry on.
Right. So first of all, I think Grealish will stay at City. I think Grealish will stay at Villa. I think that Villa will build the projects around him. They've brought in some of those players. Yes, they're not getting Smith Rowe anymore, but you know it's one of those things. It's Arsenal's new number 10, and apparently they could be getting Maddison to play deeper at the Ceballos role. So I think Arsenal are just playing pathetic, to be honest.
Why would I try not to jump in all the time. Why would Arsenal sign Maddison? Also, The Athletic. I wish when I do transfer talks, instead of having 900 different documents, I just remove what was said the stream before.
Yeah.
The Athletic have already quoted saying Arsenal are moving on from Maddison. They got bigger fish to fry.
Was that today?
Yesterday, I think.
Oh, right. Because last I heard from other journalists was that Maddison's still on, but
The Athletic are pretty much. It's to do with the new deal for Smith Rowe. They don't want to give him the number 10 and then bring in like a Maddison.
Oh no, but what I heard was they were going to play Maddison deeper like the Ceballos role and then have the cam in front.
No, I think they're looking at a different midfielder for that. I don't know who it is.
Yeah.
All I know is the Athletic have pretty much said, nah, Maddison ain't it.
Yeah, I get that. It would have been weird, to be fair, because it would have been weird to bring in another cam but play him as a centre midfielder.
Yeah,
it would have been weird.
Makes sense.
But I think Grealish will stay at Villa. I think Villa will build that project around players like Jack Grealish. They've got young for Premier League proven experience and having that European experience with Inter Milan. They've got Buendia for that up-and-coming talent for the Premier League that's going to grow season on season. They've got some of their other players, Matty Cash, who's improving year on year. So I think that Grealish will stay at Villa, and Villa will fight for Europe.
Do you not see Grealish going, I can either fight for Europe with Villa or win a Champions League? Do you not see him?
I personally feel like he's got that loyalty to Villa compared to other players. So I think Grealish will stay at Villa, to be honest. And to be honest, I think Man City will push for the bid for Harry Kane. And in my opinion, I'm not saying that Harry Kane will be the only signing, but I'm thinking that Harry Kane will be where the big money goes to, and then you bring in the extra players for the 20-30 million mark around that. So I think that they'll put their money
how much are they fucking spending? Because Harry Kane alone is under 50 mil.
Well,
fuck me.
I mean, I won't be surprised if their spending is around the 200 million mark, to be perfectly honest.
If I remember rightly hearing, are they not currently being still investigated for financial fair play from the Premier League?
Well, I mean, that's what I mean. I mean, if they can get this Harry Kane deal done, I reckon that could be the main marquee deal. I mean, they may spend like a few extra million on a couple of youngsters in South America, like they did before this potential Kane deal, but I think Kane would be the only marquee one. Especially, the only other negative when you see the Grealish deal to City is, as well as Kane being brought in potentially, looks to be brought in. You also got to think, does this push Bernardo Silva or Raheem Sterling out the door? So, and I think Sterling and Silva are the type of players that will want to get first team football. So, I think what City's going to do is they're going to keep. They're going to keep the likes of Bernardo Silva and Sterling, and they're going to keep them on the wings and first teamers with the backups either side. And they're going to play with Harry. They're going to bring in Harry Kane. They're going to play with that squad for now, and then next season they might look at getting in Grealish as their marquee signing for next summer.
Maybe. I have heard that Sterling is available for the right price. So.
Yeah, and to be fair, there was that Sky Sports story I think a month or so ago that he was apparently frustrated at game time. Yet he was playing pretty much all the time. So
towards the end of the season, he wasn't.
No, not towards the end of the season, but for the season, sort of the before that end of the season, he was. So it's a hard one for me. And to be fair with Sterling, the only club I see him going to is somewhere abroad, like a Real Madrid or something like that. Not Barcelona, because they're in financial turmoil, but someone like a Madrid or a Juventus or something like that. So it's one of those things where I just think that they're going to put the money into Harry Kane and then have that squad for the season. And then if Sterling's being moved on, if Silva's being moved on next summer, then they'll look at someone like Grealish. If not, they've got alternatives. But I just think Grealish is staying at Villa, to be perfectly honest. Kessie to Liverpool, do I think it's a good move? I don't know, man. I think Kessie could be a wonderful player for Liverpool, but again, it's just... I think Kessie, in my opinion, is a mixture of attacking and defensive, but I think he's more that defensive aspect. I think that he's not really an attacking aspect as much. I think he's more that deep playmaker. So I think that I think Kessie would be an all right defensive midfield signing for Liverpool. I think if you're looking for an attacking midfielder, you're looking for players like that. Newhorse and players like that. You need sort of that sort of attacking threat. So, and don't forget, you've also got Curtis Jones, who's the youngster that's going to be continuing.
I was about to bring him up. Do you see Klopp maybe giving him more of a senior role per se?
Well, if they don't bring in an attacking centre midfielder to replace the likes of, I know Genie's not been so attacking over the recent years, but. Like, he is a centre midfielder that's like in an attacking position sometimes. So I think that when you look at Genie being moved out, Milner's getting on a bit now, obviously Oxlade-Chamberlain's starting to get older and older. If they don't bring in someone in that attacking midfield position, like a Saul or something like that this season, then I could see Curtis Jones get more game time. If not, I would be very concerned about what Klopp is doing with the squad. And I never thought I'd say that after Liverpool won that first Premier League title in 30 years. I never thought I'd come to a stage about a year or two later when I say Klopp could be concerned about his squad.
We have to work out if it's actually Klopp or the board. For all we know.
Well, no, that's what I mean. I think Klopp's
for all we know, Klopp could have a list of fucking, I don't know, Ings, Rafinha, Neuhaus, fucking Max Aarons on like a list of players he wants. And the board are like, no, you have to sell Salah for that.
That's
like,
what
yeah,
I mean.
like,
I think what I mean is, I think there's going to be concerns about Klopp's squad, but I think it won't be Klopp's reason behind the concerns. It'll be the board's
100%.
reasoning behind the concerns. So,
yeah.
but I think either way, I think it would cause Klopp a major problem, even though it's not his fault. What else is there on the agenda tonight? Sorry, my head's been rattled because of the match.
So you got Goretzka, Neves. The links with them is overhyped by the media. Harry Wilson set to go to Fulham, and Pogba ready to accept PSG's contract.
Well, I'm not gonna, disaccept the fact that Pogba leaving would be a major blow for United, but it is not the end of the fucking world. United fans, rest your fucking heads. Go to bed, count sheep, and wake up on the right side of the bed, you pricks. Because because fuck me, they talk about Pogba like it's 2012 on the Mayan fucking calendar, like it's the end of the world or some shit. Like, the one player's exit does not mean the end of Manchester United and the birth of Manchester AFC United or something.
I don't know if they lose Bruno, they truly are fucked.
If they lose Bruno, they're fucked. If they lose Pogba, it's worth saving. But no, you know what? Fuck United. Pogba to PSG, I think it would be a great move for him because he gets to work under Pochettino bottle job. He gets to waste his career. He gets to play with Donnarumma. He gets to play with Donnarumma and lose a Champions League final, and maybe to United. Who knows? Could you imagine if he signs for PSG and loses the Champions League final to Manchester United? On my fucking life!
I don't know. I think I'll be more shocked than Manchester United who got to a Champions League final. What the fuck have they done? What sort of pure shithousery has Ole Gunnar Solskjaer done to get to a Champions League final? What?
Oh boy. Fabrizio Romano update. I haven't said it in a while.
No God.
Daniel Marlon to Borussia Dortmund. Here we go, and confirmed. Deal set to be completed for 30 million euros to PSV. Paperwork to be prepared. Signed during the weekend. Marlon will sign until June 2026. His salary will improve from year to year. Could this mean the selling of Haaland to Chelsea?
No, it's a Sancho a winger.
Yeah, it's more of a Sancho replacement. And also in terms of Marlon, Dortmund have always had a real issue if Haaland gets injured.
Yeah, true.
Or can't play every game. They've got absolutely no one behind Haaland. So,
I think Marlon plays at striker, so I was kind of concerned.
No, I wouldn't be too concerned. They've just not really got any backup, really. So I think they do envisage losing Haaland. They will lose Haaland next summer. That is guaranteed, ironed on fact. I think getting Marlon in gives him a year under Haaland, gives him a year maybe without that sort of pressure, and then he'll go into that role next season. Dylan says, "I'm back, guys. I just had a little session with Chin Sancho's picks. You filthy fucker." I thought it was something big with that build up, but it was Marlon. The way you made it out, I was like, "Fuck me, I best look on Twitter. What the fuck is happening now?"
I thought it was Pogba.
I just want to quickly touch on this, Russ. Dortmund are the same Dortmund that just let Robert Lewandowski walk out of their door for free to go to Bayern Munich. So, believe it or not, when Dortmund they've lost money on Sancho, they lost money on Lewandowski. At this time, fuck knows what their financial thinking is. I just don't think they give a fuck. I just don't. I think, how much did they buy Haaland for? Probably like 5-10 million or something dumb like that.
He came from Salzburg, didn't he, as a 17-year-old?
Yeah.
He went from Molde to Salzburg and then Salzburg to Dortmund.
Yeah, probably got him ridiculously cheap as well. So they're going to get sell on value anyway. So yeah, I wouldn't look into that. Just because you're offering 130 million, it doesn't mean that's getting accepted. It's fucking Dortmund at the end of the day. They didn't accept United's 110 million. They've just sold him for 73. So, this is the same Dortmund also let Robert Lewandowski walk out the door for free. So money for them seems to be no object.
But yeah, last two stories then. Goretzka and Neves. Look, it would be nice to see United get either one of them or both. We'll just see what happens with that one. I'm not believing it until the official ticks and the here we goes and the officials come out.
That's the sort of the reason that it was brought up. In terms of this is that overhyped. So United are looking at Camavinga, Declan Rice, and unless both of them turn out to be dead, then they'll look at like a Navas or a Neves or a Goretzka. But at this precise moment, they're not really looking. They've scouted them, of course, as you'd expect, but other than that.
Yeah. And then finally, Harry Wilson. Well, I'll speak on experience because I've seen highlights of him in the Championship with Cardiff last season. I think he's a good player. Do I think Fulham is the right move for him? If he wants a Championship club that will grow back into the Premier League, then that would be a good move for him. Is it a loan or is it a permanent?
Well, see, this is the sort of difficulty that everyone's got with this deal, right? So some sources are saying it's a £10 million permanent move. Some are saying it's a loan with an option to buy. So we're none the wiser to what it is.
Yeah. I mean, it should be interesting. Oh, I've just seen Marlon hold up the Dortmund shirt. But yeah, it should be interesting with that. But overall, again, very decent transfer business going on around here. And you know what, we might have lost, but I'm fucking happy.
Yeah, I hear that. Russ says, well, having Marlon at least gives them a plan B now, so definitely not a bad thing for us. It's not a bad thing, but stump up the 150. Right. We know how Dortmund operate. It's very simple. They say, we want £150 million. What you need to do is go to the bank, go to the cash point, type in your PIN code, withdraw £150 million, give it to Dortmund, you get Haaland. Anything less than that, even by a fucking pound, and then Dortmund will be like, no, we said 150, give us the 150. Very simple. Is this more breaking news?
A little bit for the Football League, for the Championship. Bojan could be returning to Stoke City. Potential deal at a very early stage.
Isn't he the kid who came over from Barcelona?
Yeah, he's the Spanish guy that was at Stoke for a number of years. It should be interesting to see if Stoke actually get this deal done. I think if Stoke want to get back to the Premier League, he's the kind of talent they want to be signing.
I always wondered how the fuck, and this going off topic briefly, I've always wondered how the fuck he ended up at Stoke.
I think he was going to be something at Barcelona, but he just didn't get the game.
Yeah, but there's a big difference between bloody Barcelona and Tony Pulis Stoke. Big fucking difference. And
Mark Hughes.
Yeah. A huge difference. Stoke of all, but how? So I've always wondered how the hell Bojan ended up at fucking Stoke. It's just always been that. I've always wondered. Every time I hear his name, I'm like, how the hell did he end up at Stoke?
And by the way, congratulations to Heung-min Son for having no ambition and signing a new Spurs contract.
Oh, has he signed it? Has he?
Yeah, he signed a new. According to Sky Sports, he's penned a new long-term contract with the club. I'm just looking to see how long it is. But...
Zachary right. So the cake analogy, right? I use this in terms of Manchester United's summer transfer plans, right? So Jadon Sancho is the sort of the sponge. He is the sponge of the cake, right? Or that stuff that you make the sponge. He's all like the eggs, the flour, and all of that. Raphael Varane is like, we're making a chocolate cake, right? So Raphael Varane is that cocoa powder that you add in to give it that chocolatey flavor. Now, the DM is like the icing that you put on top of the cake, right? To give it that sweetness, so all of that. The backup right back is a cherry on top of the cake. So what that means is Jadon Sancho vital to what United need to do. Raphael Varane equally as vital to what they need to do. Because you want to make a chocolate cake, so you need a cocoa powder in there, right? So both of Sancho and Varane are very important to what Manchester United need. Now, the icing is something you really want and really do need to give it that extra bit of flavour. That is your DM. The cherry. Now, I can create this cake and not have that cherry. That cherry is not important, right? The cherry is the most unimportant part of that cake, which is the backup right back at Old Trafford. You have Diego Dallo, Brandon Williams, who could both step in and either one could do the job. You'd think that is what I mean by the cherry on top. So the cherry on top of that cake is not important, right? You can have it, and yeah, it will look good. It will complement it nicely. If you don't have it, it's not the end of the world. You don't need to shoot yourself because you haven't got the cherry on top of the cake. That's what that cake analogy means. It was just summarising sort of United's transfer business. Russ says 130 million is a big offer regardless. You have to remember when they turned down the Sancho, they wanted 120, which and were offered 80. They were offered 110 by the end, Russ, and they still rejected it. I think it would reject it because it was after the deadline, but you know what I mean. Camavinga is going to PSG, not United. He'll win the league every year and not have to push himself. We don't know what his ambition is. Haaland won't be going anywhere this year. Dortmund are idiots. The Ruiz deal was a joke, and many others. Disgraceful club. But love how Sancho to Manchester in his interview, not Man United, because City are that irrelevant. Kenny, that guy on Twitter group chat, got a bit mad at us for celebrating Sancho. Think United should go for Neves. He can play defensively and also as a support player, says Devon. Dylan, he was actually in City's academy. Yep. That is true. Yes, Ross. I didn't say he didn't know who City were. He just realised how small they are. I hear that. Kenny,
sorry, I was just gonna finish. Just to say the new deal for Son is 4 years. So yeah, 4-year deal. So he's chosen no ambition over trophies. But overall, very decent transfer news, and congrats to my boys for a good performance where we outplayed Newcastle in every department apart from the scoreline.
Yeah. 100%. Ross says, I think the 110 offer, though, was including a load of add-ons. It doesn't really matter. It wasn't accepted. Look, we all know 135 or 130 is not being accepted. Kenny, talk to me about Goretzka and Neves, because I presume that's what you're wanting to talk about.
On Goretzka and Neves, I always thought they were a bit overhyped because these are just a heads up, lads. Don't believe everything from the Christian Falcon, Janaj, Fjortoft, because they're not very good sources. That's why I've actually on the Electrical TPL Twitter account actually banned Christian Falcon because he's a bit iffy. He only gets a few. Yeah, I did.
I was just about to say, did we? When did we ban him?
No, I did. You know that transfer thing I do, where I copy stuff out for transfer news. Yeah. I put like a little stingy where I just put little accounts that were banned from it, and including Christian Falcon that. So I wouldn't believe him all the time because of that. But I think Goretzka, I know I said he's shit anyway. If he doesn't go to United, shit. If he does, then he's amazing. On a serious note, though, I think both players are very good. I don't get this Ruben Neves hate. I think this Wolves hate, this Nuno hate, Ruben Neves. I don't get this Wolves hate because Ruben Neves is a very good player. Maybe he's not for United, but he is definitely a very, very good player. And he definitely
I think he is for United. I just think that United are looking at Camavinga and Declan Rice above him, which is totally okay in today's world.
Yeah, I don't want Goretzka as a backup to Declan Rice or Camavinga because I don't think he's a DM like Declan Rice or Camavinga.
Interesting.
He's more of a box to box. So I think I'd much rather have him as a backup to if Pogba were to leave, which I don't think will happen. Despite this thing that's going on, I really don't think it'll happen. But I think they're both great players, and they would both definitely fit in well with United. I don't think either will come, as you can tell today. They've been vastly overhyped because this is what journalists do a lot of the time, like talk sport, like they use United's name for clicks. Like United, for example, United linked to Ronaldo every summer, Saul every summer, a load of players we just linked to every single summer, and there's some new players that come every summer, and that's just it's just because I think it was obvious to me that Neves at least was quite overhyped. I don't know why people believe TalkSport nowadays, because TalkSport now is just it's not good, is it? But Goretzka, I'd love him at United if Pogba were to leave. He is a baller, especially. He is that sort of Pogba type player. It's like replacing him for the same player, but with slightly worse talent. Well, I think Goretzka is actually a bit more consistent than Pogba. Now, I see people saying that, I'm Pogba FC, and I'm not. If Pogba were to leave, I wouldn't think it's the end of the world, because I think we can replace him with a Goretzka or someone. I'm just worried about whether we have the funds to replace Pogba with a Goretzka. Because whether Goretzka will be, how much Goretzka will cost.
But he's also on his last year of this deal, so.
Oh. Yeah, it's still the DM and Goretzka. Because I don't want to be
the basics are all big clubs have apparently allowed a player to run down their contract, which is just absurd at the best of times of thinking. Like, genuinely, I'd love to talk to a management of some of these clubs, because fuck me, like, surely once Pogba hits 2 years, alarm bells must be ringing in that office at Old Trafford going, hello, dickhead, problem's gonna fucking bite your ass now. Like, surely that should alert someone in the mind's going, oh fuck me, we best sit down with Paul and try and sort this out. Like, sell him, or how that did not ring alarm bells. I think even me and Aaron could run a big club better than half of these wankers.
We always run down contracts, so with Herrera. Even De Gea, we nearly lost him. We nearly bloody lost him before. Because I remember in De Gea was his final year, and we managed to get him to agree. And
that's always the danger. If you do, that's always the danger. If you do allow a player to run down the deal, they do just get a stupid amount of wages because they can, because you're desperate. Like, it's that really. But look, we are gonna leave it there because I'm gonna go play some more FIFA. I'm nearly at the end of my second season, so I'm gonna go do more of that, and we'll be back tomorrow anyway at 3 p.m. for more transfer talk. Neves is nothing like Pogba. What the hell are you talking about, Kenny? Neves compares deep setting player with defensive duties. Pogba has been playing on left wing.
Pogba's not a left winger. No.
Haaland didn't running down his contract. It's the release clause in his contract activates next summer. So he hasn't run down his contract. Dortmund knew this would happen. But Dortmund also going to get triple the amount they paid for him. So I'm sure they're not too upset.
I don't get this Chelsea thing where they all think they're getting Haaland. I can't lie.
No, it is run by a bunch of wanks. They have no idea how to make a deal. It did Sancho all right, but to be fair, that did take him 2 years. But we are going to wrap it up there. A big thanks to everyone who's been watching. The comments have been absolutely mad. Why hasn't... right. Deals take time. The way it is, Real Madrid really want to sell him quickly because they get more money for it. United are on the assumption that the longer the deal takes to do, the cheaper the deal is. It's all semantics, really. It will get done, but we just don't know when. But we are going to wrap it up there. A brilliant show. Really enjoyed that show. A bit longer than normal, which is absolutely fine. But yeah, we'll be back tomorrow with more transfer talk. Obviously, the 2 shows tomorrow. Also, if you are watching this on replay and you've managed to get through the whole 1 hour and 19 minutes, please leave a like in the comments and let me know what you thought of the show. Also, if there's any content you want to see on this channel, maybe it's something that you want to see that other channels don't, then send us a DM on Twitter or Instagram. Twitter at Let's Talk EPL, Instagram at Let's Talk EPL _. So if you want to sort of any ideas, let us know there. Also, a big up to Lewis Watts, who has got a picture of Starboy as his profile picture. But as we are going, do hit that subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow with more news for all of this. So make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you are new. Aaron, where can they find you, mate?
You can find me on Twitter, Aaron_Challoner. You can find me on Instagram, Aaron Challoner Official. You can find me on TikTok, Aaron Challoner. You can find me on Snapchat, Coach_Chal19. If you check my Twitter and my Instagram, you should find the ways to vote in the Football Creator Awards. I'd love to win Best New Content Creator and Best Club Content Creator this year. So yeah, you can find all the voting details on the Football Content Awards. It would really help if we get those votes in there. But check my social media to find out how to vote. And yeah, that is going to be it. So great match tonight. Like I said, we played better in every department apart from the result. And even Omar Bogle got himself a goal. So I'm really happy that Bogle got himself a goal. I'm glad that Tommy Rowe got a goal. You know, I'm glad the trialists are doing well. Wellens has said tonight that Barlow's been offered a contract, the Man United youngster winger, so they scored a hat-trick against Rossington. So, you know, he's been offered a contract. Lewis Reed, the former Peterborough midfielder, is on trial with us now. So, fingers crossed we'll get him sealed. Former Spurs youngster Shane Harrison's on trial. Get him sealed, hopefully. Dan Crowley, former Arsenal youth, currently used to play for Hull and Birmingham recently as well. He was playing tonight in the second half. So, you know, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some of these trialists nailed down now as well. But overall, I couldn't fault the match. I think we played well. We keep our heads up high. Shout out Kendall and Adam Pearson from YouTube for the fan cams. They'll be up tonight. And, yeah, loads of content flooding in from this match tonight. So, can't wait. But, yeah, Riverside tonight, and we'll see what happens.
Lewis says, "Oh, I came too late. It was probably a smashing show anyway, boys. Cheers, mate. Do hit that subscribe button. We're live pretty much every day. Normally the transfer news at the moment. All the individual club shows are back next week. Definitely 3 of them. I need to work out the Arsenal lot in a second. Kenny, where can they find you? Just send it to me. I don't really care.
This is Edison Cavani supposedly told that would just suck his mum. After asking
Kenny, where can they find you?
Al Sancho is here, official now. Alistair KPL, Kenny TV on YouTube, and Kenny United on Twitch.
Perfect. We'll be back tomorrow, 3 p.m. with more transfer talk. But until then, guys, have a good night and peace out. Bye-bye, guys.